Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to 1minutetennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about the forehand. And I've got a question for you. Are you going to hammer your forehand, or are you going to fire the forehand? I want to show you what these two fundamental differences are. They really are distinctly different, and why it's important that you fire rather than hammer your forehand stroke. And the big difference between firing or hammering your forehand is how you hold the racket. Now, I don't mean Eastern grip, semi-Western grip, Western grip. That's your personal choice. I'm not going to say which one is better. If I say that semi-Western grip is better, then I'm saying that Roger Federer was wrong, and that's crazy. But if Roger Federer's Eastern grip was right, we're saying that Rafa Nadal was wrong. This is also crazy. So that's not what I'm talking about. If we want to just clarify this for a second, then the fundamental difference between a correct grip and an incorrect grip is that the wrist is behind the ball at contact point. So whether I'm in an Eastern grip or a semi-Western or Western grip, as long as the wrist is behind the ball at contact, it's fundamentally correct. But where does that leave us with hammering or firing? If I hold the racket like this is how I would hold an axe or a hammer. And I would now hammer in this position here. See, my thumb is above my forefinger, and I now have a hammer position here. And that's how most people will be holding a tennis racket. But if I was to fire a gun, I'm not going to hold the gun like this. I can't fire it. So I have to hold the gun like this. And if I'm holding the gun like this, then my thumb is now to the large finger, the second finger. So the hammer grip and the fire grip. The hammer grip or the shooting grip. Now, there are a lot of differences between these two grips, but the fundamental difference and advantage of firing the ball and firing the forehand is the amount of flexion in the wrist. You see, if I go into my hammer grip here, then I'm into my ready position here. I take the racket back, everything is fine. But now, as I release the wrist and begin the upswing to the ball, this is the maximum range of motion of the wrist. The supination, the rotation outwards here to the little finger, is very limited with the hammer grip. If I go to firing the forehand and move the thumb below the first finger to the second finger, then now the range of motion that I have and the supination that's available is distinctly different. With the hammer grip, this is the maximum range of motion. With the firing grip, this is the maximum range of motion. Let me show you from this direction. So hammer and fire. Hammer and fire. Most recreational players will have the hammer grip, and most recreational players will struggle to hit the excessive topspin that's available in the modern stroke. And this grip is the fundamental reason. The restriction in the range of motion gives you two disadvantages. One is not being able to easily drop the racket head below contact with the ball. And the second one is that the actual distance that you create in the lag is limited when you hammer the ball compared to when you fire the ball. The natural thing to do then is to play around with these true grips and reverse engineer, hitting some balls where you hammer the ball and some balls where you fire the ball. Now with the hammer grip, and I can feel a restriction there. And now I fire the ball. The hammer grip, and now I fire the ball. And if you relax and get a good contact point, you should almost immediately find that you get more speed and way more spin when you fire the forehand instead of hammering the forehand. If you like my ideas on tennis and want to take your game to the next level, check out our books on Amazon. We have books on every aspect of the game, and the books are truly unique because we have great illustrations so you can see the solutions. We have clear explanations so you can read the solutions, and every lesson is linked to video lessons on YouTube so you can view the solutions. And then when you see it, when you read it, when you view it, you can apply it. Or check out our courses. We have courses on the serve and the forehand. The courses are very comprehensive, covering every aspect of the stroke. For more information on this, check out the links in the comment section below, or email me, or have a look at the website. So play around with these techniques. Choose whether you're going to hammer your forehand or whether you're going to fire the forehand. Remember that the technique of the stroke is the same in both, but when you fire the forehand, you get more speed, more spin, and it's a lot easier. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.